Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Literally What Saturday Weekend Edition. I am so glad it's the weekend. I have a 4-day weekend, so I am honestly just thriving today. I have Monday and Tuesday off. 4th of July is coming up on Thursday, which honestly is probably in my top 3 holidays. Top 5 if you're counting my birthday as a holiday, but I just love the 4th of July, and 4th of July is one of those holidays where, or honestly the only holiday that I need to buy a new outfit every single year. Even if I have a cute outfit from 2 years ago, I don't know what it is about the 4th, but I'm like, okay, I need to go find a completely new outfit, even though really no one's gonna see it unless I'm with them on the 4th of July. I don't know what it is about 4th of July. I think it was in 2017. I painted my entire face to look like an American flag, and I posted on Instagram. I was such a different person back then. Like, I literally posted that, and I definitely archived that post, so if you try to find it, it will not be there. But yeah, I don't know what it is about the 4th. I just get a little crazy and overboard. So I ordered some really funny shirts off of Amazon, and I'm very excited to wear that because it's going to be really funny. But yeah, getting to the 4th, we are really just in the heat of summer, honestly, so hopefully everyone is staying warm. Oh my god, not warm, staying cool. Stay cool, don't stay warm. I do have to update you guys about my Kindle. I talked about it a few episodes back that I was debating getting one. My sister ended up getting me one for my birthday, and I was like, this is perfect. Like, I can test it out and see what I think about it. And I have finally come to a conclusion about the book versus Kindle debate. And I have to preface this by saying everyone's different. Everyone has different opinions. You're not going to agree with me, or you might agree with me, but this is just from my experience, what my thoughts are on it. So, first and foremost, I am 1000% a book lover. I love the feeling of turning a page. I love the smell of books. I love writing in my books, underlining, highlighting. You'd probably think I was annotating it for like my high school class, but no, it helps me remember things. And so I just love books in general. I love buying the books. I have a really big bookshelf. So that was kind of why I was really apprehensive about getting a Kindle, because I knew it would feel more like I'm reading from an iPad. And a lot of people were like, it's not like that because there's not as much blue light, whatever. So I downloaded a book on the Kindle, and here's what I have found. Number one, I read astronomically faster on a Kindle than I do in a real book. Now, I'm honestly like a pretty fast reader, but I don't know what it is. I think it's just because you can click so fast. I read an entire book in literally a few hours. Like, it tells you at the bottom, which I do like that. It tells you how long you have left in a chapter, and then in the full book, just based on like the speed of your reading. So I love that aspect of it. But honestly, for me, like, I can finish a book in like 3 hours on a Kindle. It's like kind of bad. So it's a good thing and a bad thing because it takes up a lot of my time. Because if I have nothing to do, or if I'm putting stuff off, I'm like, oh, I'll just go read a book on my Kindle really fast. Hello. So I love that aspect of it. The second thing is it's really convenient. So if I ever am going on a trip or on a plane or the beach or a pool, I'm probably going to bring the Kindle because it's just really convenient. Like, it really is. And especially if I'm in bed, I can have all the lights off, and then I just put the brightness down and the warmth up, and I read a little bit on there. So I love the convenientness of the Kindle. Cons, I still do feel like I'm reading off of like my phone or my iPad. Like, I think it's the paper, whatever it's called, so it's supposed to act like a book, but it still feels like I'm reading off of a screen, so that's not great. My dog is literally digging into my carpet. I don't know what she's doing. Hi. So if you see the screen moving, it's just her. But the consensus I've made, I still, for all of my, like, I'm reading Throne of Glass, which is an 8-part series, and for those, I'm definitely going to use just the actual books because I just like being able to see how much more I have. I like being able to go back really quickly and see, like, my underlined notes, and you can underline and stuff in the Kindle. It's just, like, a little more, what's the word? You know when you have a word and you can't think of it? It'll come to me when I'm literally editing this, but, and I lost my train of thought. oh my gosh, where is my head? Basically, moral of the story, I'm going to be using like my more serious books that I'm reading in series with actual physical books, and then like the books that are just kind of like a one story read, or like a thriller, or like a spicy romance novel or anything like that. I'll probably just do it on the Kindle because it's just fun to just kind of like read a book in a day really quickly. And then if I'm going on a trip, just being able to have that and not worry about the pages getting wet or like holding a big ass book with like one hand. So my dog is still moving. I don't know what she's doing. She's crazy. But if you are debating between it, I would say if you are a book person at heart, like you just love a book, a Kindle is going to feel really weird and it's going to feel like you are kind of using a screen, but it is really convenient and easy to read on there. So I still am going to use both. I thought I would be either team book or Kindle. I'm not. They both are for different things for me specifically. So that's my little debate. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and get to some hot gossip, hot take, stories, and advice that will have you saying literally what? Okay, you guys, we have some good stories today. We're going to start off strong with some TikTok drama that is honestly crazy. And it kind of goes back to Risa Tisa when she did her Who the F Did I Marry series on TikTok, which if you have not seen that, like go right now and watch it. Brooke Schofield, I forget how you say it. She does the Canceled podcast with Tana Mojo. And I love her. I think she's so funny. She came out with a 13-part series on TikTok, kind of mimicking what Risa Tisa did with her Who the F Did I Marry. And she basically spilled all this tea on a famous singer that she dated for, I think it was like 2 years. I had never heard of this man before. His name's KANE. He has a couple really popular songs. I listened to his most streamed one on Spotify, and you probably will know or have heard the song. It's a love song, I guess you could say. And oh my gosh, definitely go watch it because she explains everything in detail. But moral of the story, she basically dated this guy, which if you look at both of them, how he got her boggles my mind and everyone else in the world's mind. And he basically just lied about everything. He pretends to be an Australian person and has an Australian accent, but he's literally not Australian. And she was like, when I was with him, he didn't have the accent. Like, he just posts or uses it like when he's in interviews and stuff. So that's crazy. Like, why would you do that? He also, when they started dating, told her that the year before they got together, his mom, dad, and brother all died in the same year. And can you guess? Yeah, that's not true. So he lied about that. She was like, he basically wrote all these songs saying that he was grieving his mother and all this stuff. And she goes, you can literally call her up right now because she's not dead. Like, imagine you have a son and he's literally going around writing songs and telling people that you're dead. So all of that came out. And a lot of people were just like coming out and saying stuff about him as well, just how he lies about all these things and like why are people still like supporting him and stuff like that, because he's clearly like has some issues. And so she came out with that TikTok series, and then he did an interview with Rolling Stone basically saying they only dated for 3 months and he didn't really say all that stuff to her, and the mom that died was just a motherly figure to him. So his publicist needs to do a little bit better. And yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy I watched it a couple nights ago and it was so entertaining. So definitely go watch it. It's on her TikTok account. And it's just funny because the whole reason she did that was because he posted a TikTok basically calling her out, being like, I've been over this relationship, and she's still on like her podcast yapping about it. And she was like, I'm going to be a petty little bitch right now, and I'm going to tell everyone what really happened. And like, yeah, I'm going to keep talking about it because this is insane. And honestly, if something like that happened to me, I would probably never shut up about it either, because I feel like dating someone who's just like lying about these crazy things, like, why would you not want to talk about it and then also be able to help other people who might have been going through something like that, or seeing other girls have gone through it so you're not crazy for putting yourself through that? But anyway, that was just insane. And I hope that he loses a lot of fans, because why would you lie about this stuff? What is wrong with you? Okay. Next story is a very exciting story, and that is about the CHRISLEY'S. Savannah has been working so hard these past, I think, 2 years since they got indicted. Is that the word? But Julie CHRISLEY, her sentence in the bank fraud and tax evasion case has been thrown out, and the judge is ordering a resentencing. This is such good news for the family because it's great steps in that right direction. She went to jail, I think it was for 7 years, and Todd 12, I believe, which I still will never get over. Like, they should absolutely not have gotten that long of a sentence. There are people who literally are murderers and rapists who get less time than that. And, like, it just makes me so mad. And it's something that I think about it a lot. Like, imagine both of your parents are in prison and you are the one taking care of the family and trying to get them out and doing all the appeals. And, like, it's just really sad. But all of Savannah's hard work is clearly paying off because they are now going to go to a lower court to redo her punishment. And this doesn't apply to Todd CHRISLEY, so they're still working on that. But as far as getting Julie out and having your mom back in the home, like, I can't imagine how excited they are. And I think Savannah should definitely think about becoming a lawyer or something of that nature because she's killing it, and I'm so proud of her. And just seeing how much work she's put in and that it's paying off, I think is just amazing. So the couple's attorney, he came out with his statement saying, "We're pleased that the court agreed that Julie's sentence was improper, but we're obviously disappointed that it rejected Todd's appeal. And they are hopeful for more good news in the future." So I guess she appealed for both of them and they only agreed with Julie's side. It's just a really awful situation. And it's just sad. But I'm glad that Julie is going to be out now. And hopefully Todd can come out soon too. Free the CHRISLEY'S, okay? Free the CHRISLEY'S. I'm over it. This is so ridiculous. Next, some happier news as well. Mindy Kaling, who Kelly from The Office, one of my favorite characters on the show, she revealed that she gave birth to her third child earlier this year in February. Can you believe that? It's so interesting to me because celebrities, I feel like when you become famous, you also have to pay the price of you don't really have a lot of privacy. And just seeing this story made me really happy because she was able to announce it at her own time. And so she went on Instagram. She was celebrating her 45th birthday, and that is when she posted her 3 beautiful children, and she wrote, "She is the best birthday present I could have ever imagined. When things are hard, my 3 kids are such a great reminder of the pure joy in my life. I'm so lucky I live in a place where I could do this by myself on my own timeline." And the more I think about it, so she hit it for the 9 months, but if she gave birth in February and we're almost in July, she kept that secret for like over a year. That is crazy because paparazzi and TMZ is everywhere. So I wonder if she just was able to kind of stay in a private home and like be taken care of. I just love that for her, that she was able to do that on her own timeline and announce it way later. And that's one thing with social media. I feel like nowadays people think they need to post every single thing right when it's happening. And like, it's, for me, I mean, whenever I'm having kids or stuff, like I would want to post it everywhere because that's just like me. But I know celebrities, it's a lot different. They kind of want to do things when they want and not have people know all of their business. And I'm just happy. I'm glad that she was able to do this. And yeah, I love her so much. And especially if you're an Office fan, it's always so funny when I talk to people who do watch The Office because everyone is so adamant on their favorite characters. And this is going to take a total 180 turn to the conversation. But I have The Office on in my house in the background, literally 24/7. I fall asleep to it. It's on when I'm downstairs. It's on when I'm, like, it's just on all the time. And you kind of learn rewatching really any show that you rewatch. You learn a lot about things that you either miss your first, second, third watch through, or you learn a lot about the character's development. And as far as like The Office goes for me, it's so funny because people who watch The Office, and even if they've watched it once, they're probably like, "Oh, I love Jim and Pam. I hate Karen, blah, blah, blah." Like, and I watch it back and I've seen it so many times, and Karen did nothing wrong. I love her character. I think Jim and Pam are not my favorite. Like, Pam was having an emotional affair with Jim. Yes, Roy was awful, but they kind of weren't the best. Like, they were doing kind of the wrong thing. I'm gonna get hate for it, but just when you watch the show and you think about it, it's like some characters that you loved, you see their flaws in the show, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. That was just I could do a whole episode on The Office and all the characters, and like, anyway, that's just my little, but moral of the story, I love Kelly. She's one of my favorite characters, and if you've watched season 1 and then you watch the rest of the seasons, her character in the first season was very much like she was buttoned up. She's very proper, and she's also one of the writers of the show, so she would write a lot of the episode scripts, and she was like, that's just not my personality, like, in the real world. Like, I'm not, like, I'm more bubbly, I'm more, like, colorful and charismatic, and so that's when we see the Kelly we know now with all the, like, colorful shirts, and, like, she's so bubbly and, like, crazy and loud. So it's interesting to see the progression of things, and that's my Office analysis, because I'm their number one fan, honestly. All right, our next story. This story warmed my heart. Oh my gosh. So Summer House, we all know I watched Summer House and became a huge fan. It is that reality show where a group of people who work in New York City, they go to the Hamptons on the weekends in the summertime, and they actually, I believe, start filming season 9 this weekend, because the first episode is always them throwing their 4th of July party, which is so exciting. So they're filming right now, and I follow a couple of them on Instagram, so I wonder if they're going to be posting them, like, going to the house and starting filming for the season. But Lindsay Hubbard, who, she gets a lot of hate, I don't care. I freaking love Lindsay. If she has no fans, it's because I've literally died. I love her. Like, she is so real. She is herself. It's hard to explain because she's so different from all the other girls on the cast, and she is older, and so she's more mature, she's sure of herself, and I think a lot of the other girls who are younger don't like that. Anyway, so we all know the whole purpose of the last season was really showcasing the downfall of her and Carl's engagement and relationship, and at the end of the season they ended breaking it off, and so she no longer needed her wedding dresses. So what did she do? Because she is a badass queen and is such a good role model, and I love her. She sold her 3 wedding dresses for charity following her broken engagement at Kleinfeld. Are you kidding me? Like, wait, like, she took such a bad situation and is now doing something to help other women and make it a positive situation. So she said that she bought these dresses out of love and they deserve a second home out of love, and said that this was the final step in her healing process. And I honestly, like, even if you don't like her, imagine going through a public breakup, let alone a failed engagement, and getting broken up with on camera a year ago, right? And then the season comes out this year, and having to rewatch it and relive it, and then do the reunion shows, do the interviews, go and see your ex, and, like, just everything she's gone through, I can't imagine. And just seeing how she has been, what are the words? I don't know. She's just amazing. That's all I have to say. So she announced her partnership with Kleinfeld again, which I didn't know that Kleinfeld had this program. I guess they brought it back when she wanted to do this. And she said that she was talking to the girls from Kleinfeld, just telling them that she needed to sell her wedding dresses. And they said, funny you should mention that, because we're launching a website for that. And she said those dresses, they were just sitting in my closet. And she said that, you know, watching the reunion, she thought would be the final step in her healing process. But it was a whole year of reliving and rewatching and talking about it. And this is the final step, getting the dresses off of my hands. And the dresses are honestly really, really pretty. Like, imagine wearing Lindsay Hubbard's wedding dress to your own wedding. Like, that is so cool. And so when she sells the dresses, all the proceeds made, they will be donated to Chick Mission, which is a nonprofit that helps women with cancer freeze their eggs before starting treatment. And Lindsay, you know, she is older and she doesn't want children, so she has worked with things like that of that nature. And I love this. It was, reading this story just really warmed my heart. It was just really sweet, and I'm just so proud of her and for everything she's doing. And she's just like, and I could talk about it forever, but even when Carl broke it off, he was just trying to, and if you've seen the season, he was trying to change her. He was trying to be like, you know, why are you this way? Like, I just want a woman who's just going to support me and not be so, like, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, we've been friends for years. Like, you know the type of woman I am. I'm not just going to sit back and let you do whatever you want. Like, I am marrying you, so I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to push you. I'm going to make sure that you're going to succeed. And it's very inspiring to watch, because as a woman myself, like, if I had a daughter, like, I would not want her marrying a man who's trying to change her. Like, I want her to be sure of herself and be a very confident woman, and not let people push her around and try to change her and try to tell her what she's doing isn't what she should be doing. So, like I said, I love her. I just loved this story. Carl is literally the worst, and I'm so nervous because season 9, they both are coming back to the show. That is honestly insane. So we'll see how it all pans out for season 9, but Lindsay, I love you and you're amazing. And I hope next season she'll finally get the love that she deserves from the audience. Maybe she should take a step back from men, even though I think she's still dating someone right now, but you do you, boo. Okay, our next story is about Freaky Friday 2. They have officially started filming. We talked about this a while ago, that they were coming out with a second movie, but they now posted on Instagram, so it's official. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan reunited on the set. And also, Chad Michael Murray is coming back as well. I'm so excited because I love him. Another Cinderella story, Gilmore Girls. I know he's in One Tree Hill, and I'm going to get so much hate. I've never seen One Tree Hill. And it's funny, though, because, like, it's my sister's favorite show, like a lot of my friends' favorite shows. I've never seen it, but I love him, so maybe I should watch it. And, yeah, it's going to be really exciting. I feel like it's a movie that no one was asking for, like, a second part to. I feel like a lot of movies, all the fans are always asking for another movie, but for this one, no one did. And they were like, here you go. You're welcome. You didn't know you wanted it, but now you have it. And this is going to start our conversation on Hollywood and the movie industry right now in today's world. I feel like so many stories nowadays and movies that are coming out are either a remake or a live action version of an animated movie, or like a part 6 to something. And it kind of begs the question, like, are people out of ideas for movies? Because I feel like there haven't really been any great series or really amazing movies that are original since the 2000s. And I was born in 2000, and so it makes me miss that time in my life where these new movies were coming out and they were just, like, so good. And they were all originals, like High School Musical, Shrek, Freaky Friday, like all of these movies that they're making remakes of in 2024. Where's the originality? Where are the good movies that are going to make us want to go to the theaters and make us become just, like, into that world? Like, there's no new worlds. There's no new really anything. And I don't know. I feel like maybe the 2000s took all the great ideas and now we're just stuck and don't know what to do. And I feel like every movie that we talk about or TV show, it's not really anything new. And that's going to go into our next story, which is about Shrek 5. You heard me, Shrek 5. And I love Shrek. Shrek the musical. I listen to their playlist. Like, I love Shrek. It's a great movie. But again, Shrek 5. So basically, Eddie Murphy, he was doing an interview for a movie that he is currently in, and he said that Shrek 5 is expected to release next year in 2025, and it is going to be a donkey spinoff, which I will say that is a good idea because he hasn't had a spinoff before, and I think it'll be really good. But he basically said that not only is a new Shrek movie currently in production, but he also confirmed that Donkey, one of the most beloved characters of the Shrek franchise, will be getting his own standalone film. And yeah. But then now that I'm reading this, so he said, I started recording Shrek. I think it's coming out in 2025, and we're doing a donkey one next. So does that mean, like, they're coming out with Shrek 5 and then a donkey spinoff? Or is Shrek 5 the donkey spinoff? Does anyone know? Am I, like, reading this wrong? But anyway, it just, like, it makes me miss the 2000s and all of the original movies, and everything now is a remake and spinoff. I will say there hasn't really been any movie that I've been like, I want to go to the movie theater right now and watch that, besides Inside Out 2, which I still need to see, but that's a sequel to something. So I don't know. If you guys have, like, good ideas for a movie, maybe just, like, become a movie producer, and then like will change the trajectory, that's a hard word to say, of the Hollywood movie industry, because they're clearly out of ideas. Every week it's like a spinoff, a remake, a this, a that. I'm not mad about it, but I'm just like, where's the originality? Are we like done with originality, you know? Anyway, our next story, this is like a crazy story. I saw a TikTok about it and I thought it was like a prank kind of video. And then a whole article came out that this is the current latest travel trend. So passengers are giving up all in-flight entertainment, and instead they are staring at the real-time flight map for the entire flight duration. That is crazy to me. So basically the video I saw, it was a girl recording her boyfriend. He was just kind of like staring straight ahead, and she was like, he literally just stared the whole entire flight. And I was like, is this a joke? And then this whole article is coming out that people are just like not doing anything. I don't know if it's to see if they can do it or just, I don't know. I will say that's a great dopamine detox. I wish so much I could give up my phone for a day. I just love it too much. I'm addicted to it. So maybe I need to get on a flight and do that. But for me specifically, I have really, really bad flight anxiety. Like it's so bad. And I can never do this because I need to have headphones on, noise canceling. I don't want to hear the airplane. I don't want to hear the engine. I don't want to hear anything. I have my noise canceling headphones on with The Office or like a song blasting so I can't hear it. And I have to be doing so much stuff to not think about the fact that I'm on a plane. So I don't think I could ever do that. But how much do you think it would take for you guys to do that? Like, say it was like a 6-hour flight. Okay, how much would someone have to pay you to just do that? Because, like, for me, like an hour and a half flight, I could maybe if I absolutely needed to. But if it's longer than 2 hours, like, you couldn't pay me. I don't think you could pay me to do that because my anxiety is too bad on planes. But if you're on a plane, look around and see if anyone's doing that, or if they're just kind of staring at the person's movie screen in front of them. Has that ever happened to you guys? Like, I remember, oh my gosh, this one time, this is such a crazy story. I was on a plane, I was in the middle seat, and so I could obviously see the guy in front of me to the left, so I could see, like, in the crack of the plane, and, without giving you too many disgusting details, I basically, the majority of the flights, saw him on these apps, texting people, things that I don't think I'll ever get out of my head. And my sister was right next to me, and I told her about it after, and it was just like a crazy experience. So I try now to not look at anyone around me on a plane and just kind of give them their privacy. But in case you are on a plane doing something you don't want people to see, the people behind you can see. So that's all I would say about that. Anyway, our next story. So this is actually better movie news because this is an original movie that has never been done. And I'm very excited about this. So Jennifer Lawrence is going to star and produce in a film that is inspired by The Real Housewives, which is a huge franchise on Bravo TV. There's so many different ones. There's The Real Housewives of Miami, of New York City, of Atlanta, of New Jersey, did I say Miami? So basically, she is going to be doing a murder mystery film. It's going to be called The Wives, and it's being developed by Apple Films. And she said that she just loves reality TV and she loves The Real Housewives. And so I think this is going to be a really great movie because everyone loves Bravo. Everyone loves Housewives. Everyone loves a good murder mystery. I mean, it's probably going to be about these rich housewives. Like, this is going to be a really, really, really good movie. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is original content that is exciting. You know what I mean? So I don't know when it's going to come out. I think it's still like in early development, but this would be a movie that would get me into the theaters. So exciting. Alrighty, our next story, which, oh my gosh, you guys, I literally, if you know me, I have been talking about Post Malone going on tour like every single day since I went to his concert 2 years back. I have been dying for him to go on tour again. And when he announced his album, which his new album F1 Trillion is coming out August 16th, when he started like doing all these country things and like announcing the album, I was like, oh my gosh, like maybe he'll go on tour. And in my head, I was like, in the next year or two. Like, I wasn't thinking he was going on tour anytime soon. I wake up one morning he announced he's going on tour this year. And guess what I did, everyone? I got tickets, and I will be going to his concert in October. Oh my gosh. This is how much it's so annoying because we all know, like, I've been a Post Malone fan since high school. Like, he has been my favorite artist. I know every single one of his songs. Like, he is probably my number one favorite artist in the whole entire world. And I remember when I went to his concert and his tickets for the lawn were like $60. And now he's, done songs with Blake Shelton, Morgan Wallen. I think he's doing one with Chris Stapleton. Like, he's all over the place now. He was on the Taylor Swift album, Beyonce's album. So now he's, very known, and it hurts my heart because now, like, everyone's going to be obsessed with him just because his level of fame now. And so now when I went to get tickets, lawn tickets were like over $100, and I was like, of course. But I did get the tickets, and I'm so excited. And here's how much I love him. Like, I don't like country music at all. I'm still going to be listening to his album. I'm still going to be supporting him. I'm still going to go to his concert. I hope he still does sing some older songs. But I am literally so excited. So he starts his tour in September, and I wish he would announce, or at least like the set list or track list, because if his album comes out August 16th, that gives me like only 2 months to learn his songs for the concert. So, and if you're going in September, that's like less than a month you have to learn the song. So that's one thing that's frustrating, is like, I wish artists would come out with stuff a little bit earlier before they go on tour, so then I can know the songs when I go to his concert and sing them. But that's okay. I'm still excited. And I will be, oh my gosh, I'm literally, it's all I'm going to be thinking about for the next 3 months, because like, I've been talking about him going on tour for so long, and I get to see him in 3 months, and I'm literally so excited. You guys have, you have no idea. Like, thank you, Post Malone, for listening. Maybe he listened and was like, you know what, I'm going to go on tour just for her. That's definitely what happened. All right, so our last story is just the Love Island recap. If you guys are not watching Love Island, what are you doing? Like, it is one of the craziest shows I've seen, just because it is every night. I think they're currently like still filming, and so when we vote, like, if you're a viewer, you can vote on the app for like your favorite couple, your favorite person, who you want to go home, and then it's like the next night they get the results, and like we're literally controlling like what's happening, and it's so good. Like, it's just so fun because it's in real time. But so much has happened, and we have to talk about it because this season's crazy, and some of these people on this show need to get the hell out because they're actually insane. And so in order for me to break it down without my head going all over the place because of my insane brain that can't focus on one thing, I'm going to go through each cast member. I'm going to talk about it and talk about the situations they're in and everything that's going on. Okay. Let's talk about Aaron. So Aaron is from the UK, which first of all, like, I don't understand like why he's on Love Island USA, but whatever. So he is paired with Kaylor, and they have been paired since the beginning. I think they're cute together, but I think when Casa Amor happens, one of them's something's gonna happen with them because it's too good, and I think they're doing it for the TV. And for those who don't know, Love Island, in the middle of the season, they do a thing where the guys and girls get separated, and then they have 6 other guys and girls meet the other people. So like, it's kind of like a test or like a temptation. And so if you meet another girl or guy that you like, you would pair up with them, and then you leave the other person single. So it's very dramatic. Like, it's exciting for a viewer, but imagine like you're coupled up with someone, and then you both go to the Casa Amor houses, and then you come back and like you didn't pair up with anyone, but like your partner did, and then you're single. Craziness. So it's just like, it's such a good show because of all the drama. But Aaron and Kaylor, I think something's gonna happen in Casa Amor. And I think one of them is going to pair up with someone else, and then they're going to get back together because I think they really are trying to win the end of this show. And I remember the episode, I think it was last night, when the girls were picking what guy they wanted to couple up with. Kaylor gave this whole big speech, and then when she sat down with Aaron, she was like, was that good for you? Like, was that a good speech? So I don't know, like, they are really cute together. Like, you can tell they're best friends, but I think a lot of it is more performative because they really are the only couple like, strong couple. Like, isn't that weird to think about? Anyway, also, Aaron crying, he just, like, it's weird vibes. And someone said that when he was on Love Island UK, he cried a lot. So maybe he's just, like, a really emotional guy. But, like, he needs to calm down and stop crying over everything and, like, chill. Janae, I love Janae. She's one of my favorites. I hope she finds someone that she can be comfortable with. I know she's with that new guy right now. I don't really like them together. She needs, like, a man. Like, she needs a man. I just love her. She's real. She doesn't really get involved in the drama. She literally had her man stolen from her, and she's still like, oh, okay, like, you go for it. Like, I love her. She's one of my favorites. So hopefully she finds someone at Casa Amor. Kendall is honestly, I think, my favorite guy. I love him. He is so real and down to earth. And the whole thing with him and Nicole is so frustrating to me because he's in this couple with Nicole. He clearly really, really, really likes Nicole. And then Nicole is over making out with a different guy, telling Kendall that, like, she's open to other guys. And so there was a challenge, and you could either keep dancing if you wanted to stay in your partnership, or you can move over to the side, and that just kind of means that, like, you're open to getting to know new people, which clearly they are, because Nicole literally told Kendall she's talking to another guy, like, hello. And so she got really mad at Kendall, and at least the girls were telling her, like, you were making out with Miguel, like, he didn't do anything wrong, like, he's just trying to protect his heart. So I love Kendall. I hope he finds someone for him. He is just, like, my favorite. And yeah, Cordell, Serena, I cannot stand her. She 100,000% is just using him to get farther along in the show. She doesn't like him. Okay, literally the second that she has the opportunity to go meet some other people, she does that. And the look on Cordell's face when he saw that she went to the other side to, like, tell people that she was going to be open to meeting others, like, it hurt my heart. Like, I actually can't stand her. She is so fake. She has been leading him on, and everyone tried to tell Cordell that, and she's not listening, or he's not listening. I can't stand her. I want her to go home. I'm over it. I will say Serena is, she's very good with her girlfriends. Like, I would want her as my friend. But as far as the whole, like, coupling, I think she's definitely using him. And I remember a few episodes back when she was trying to basically, like, friend zone him, and then there was a recoupling. So then she told him, no, I do like you, just to, like, stay on the show. We know what you're doing, and I hope that people vote her off because I can't stand her. Okay, Leah, let's be real. You may not like her. You may love her. She makes for good TV. She is one of the most entertaining people. I love watching her. And she gets a lot of hate, okay? So the big drama is she was coupled up with a guy named Rob, and then a bombshell came in, and then Rob got with her. And then one of the next episodes, like, America voted for their favorite people, and she wasn't one of them, the girl that Rob coupled up with. And all the girls had to decide to send one girl home, which, can you imagine having to send one of your friends home? Like, that has to be so hard. So basically, they sent Andrea home. Rob freaked out, rolled his eyes, was like, well, you lost me too because I'm leaving. And I'm like, you're not gonna leave, you just want the TV time. Like, he just wants screen time. And Rob is like, so everything he does is for show and for the TV. And him being like, I'm gonna leave with you, and, like, rolling his eyes and cussing at the girls and yelling at the girls for sending her home. And it's like, but you didn't go home. You didn't go home. Like, you just want to be here for the TV. And he was actually on Love Island the last season, and everything he did was just so, like, for the TV. Like, I can't stand him. So the drama, Leah was basically telling people that, like, she was trying to take a back seat in the whole, like, who they were going to send home, because she knew that everyone was going to blame her if Andrea went home, because it's like, oh, you're just trying to get, like, the girl who stole your man out, which I would too. But it was really sad last night because Rob definitely is manipulative and was saying things to Liv that I don't think Leah said. I think he was like twisting a lot, and then Liv just took his word for it, which I still can't get a read on her. Like, I think what Rob was telling her, like, made it seem like Leah was throwing all the girls under the bus and saying, like, Leah didn't have a say. And Leah didn't say that. Like, Rob's just twisting words for God knows why. Like, he's just like, I can't with him. I need him to go home. But in the episode last night, all of the girls, like, they all got together and talked it out, which is what should have happened. Like, you should just go directly to the source. This is, like, high school drama 101. And so I don't think Leah has bad intentions. I think she was hurt. I think that all the girls really had a say in who went home, and they all voted for Andrea, except Liv did not. Liv voted for Nicole, which a lot of people, I don't know if they know that, like, she voted for Nicole. And, yeah, so now there's going to be a recoupling, or was the recoupling? No, that's right. Connor went home. Oh my gosh. Guys, I loved Connor. He was my number 2 favorite guy. It went like Kendall and then Connor. Like, I loved him. And I am mad for Leah because Leah definitely did couple up with Connor just to like get in a couple. And the fact that Janae was so supportive of that, it's just, anyway. But he went home and I was so mad. Like, I was so mad at that. But I will say, just overall, Rob is so fake, so manipulative. Everything he does is just for the TV. His eye rolls, his jumping in the pool, his getting mad, but like we all knew he wasn't going to leave. And now he is coupled up with the next bombshell that walked in the villa. He's just there just to like meet girls. Like, he is so fake, so annoying, and he's starting all this drama with Leah. And I feel so bad for Leah, but I'm glad all the girls talked it out and hopefully don't let this idiot Rob get between them and start all this drama. So I'm just over it, and I'm ready for Casa Amor, so we can all, hopefully everyone can find a person, and we'll see what happens. And if that review didn't make you want to watch Love Island, I don't know what more I can do. You guys just need to watch it. So anyway, that is everything we had to talk about today. I hope all of you guys have such an amazing weekend. I hope that you make some really cute little 4th of July themed foods. Red, white, and blue Jell-O shots. One of my favorite things to make is like the fruit cake, or like it's a cookie cake and then you put like fruit on it to make it look like an American flag. There's some fun things you can do. So definitely make some cute things for the 4th of July. If you are leaving your dog and there's gonna be fireworks, at least leave the TV on for them. I can't stand when people just like let their dogs suffer. Like, just put on some background noise for them, please, because thunder and fireworks, like, dogs hate it, okay? Like, they just do. So just think about your dog. And yeah, love you guys seriously so much. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed and give it a thumbs up. If you're not watching this on YouTube and you're watching it on Apple or Spotify, make sure to give me a 5-star review. Go follow the Instagram, go follow the TikTok. All the links and all the good stuff are in the show notes for YouTube and Spotify. My link to on Instagram, all the good stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you so much. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next week for some more hot gossip, hot take stories, and advice that will have you saying literally what? Bye, guys.